Welcome. I am so glad that you're here. My name is Megan Fluke, and I'm the Executive Director of Green Foothills. Right now, I am sitting on the traditional lands of the Utamian tribe that are currently being stewarded by the Muwekma Ohlone tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area. Today, we are going to be creating a piece of mindful art in anticipation of Green Foothills' annual celebration, Nature's Inspiration, on September 27th. You are about to meet three wonderful women with Creatives for Compassionate Communities. This is Smita Garg, Karen Altry PM, and PJ Hirabayashi. They are going to lead us in an art project that will be both beautiful and centering. My 5-year-old daughter and I actually joined them in a session doing this Bright Words Mandala last month with this group. And I found the process to be delightful, but really I was just amazed by the creativity and patience that my 5-year-old had with this piece. So I really encourage you to bring your family in, and it's really something that will work for people of all ages. While she didn't use words, she was able to do kind of her own interpretation of the project. So like I said, we're doing this in anticipation of Nature's Inspiration, an effort to bring us together in spirit. We've never done something quite like this before, and I look forward to hearing what you think. Our Nature's Inspiration honoree, Chairman Valentin Lopez, is here with us today to offer an intention for this art project that we're about to do together. After he speaks, Smita, Karen, PJ, and also Per from Creatives for Compassionate Communities will help us in creating our very own Bright Words Mandala. With that, I'd like to introduce Valentin Lopez. Thank you, Chairman, for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Megan. It's an honor and pleasure to be here with everyone today. Before I get started, I'd like to give recognition, honor, and blessings to the Utamian tribe, who are the peoples of this territory. And today I give honor and blessings to the Muwekma tribe, who today are descendants of the ancestors who were there and are responsible for the lands. My name is Valentin Lopez, and I am the chairman of the Amah Mutsun Tribal Band. Our tribe is comprised of the descendants of the indigenous peoples that were taken to missions San Juan Bautista and Santa Cruz. Today we're talking about healing, and healing is very important to our people. For the past 12 years, October, we start our 12th year of bi-monthly wellness meetings. And we have learned a lot about wellness, and we've achieved a lot of wellness in our tribe. We know that our people have suffered greatly from historic trauma. Historic trauma is a trauma that's passed on generation after generation after generation. Our people suffered brutal colonization from 3 periods, over 3 eras: the Mission Spanish period, the Mexican period, and the California American period. During all 3 of those periods of time, we suffered slavery, brutality, rape, disease, and much more. And our numbers dwindled. Our numbers dwindled by well over 95, 98%. Today, we struggle to come back from that, knowing that how difficult it was for our ancestors to teach each generation to have love and to carry on the indigenous knowledge that would give them balance in their lives. What we learned is to have, to heal, we must be able to tell our story. We must be able to tell, we must tell the truth. We must have patience and love and gentleness with each other. And we must relearn our ways, our traditions. We must relearn, restore our native foods. We must restore our songs and our language and our ceremonies. And today we are working very hard on that. And the primary way we do that is through our Amah Mutsun Land Trust, We established the Amah Mutsun Land Trust in 2012, and that was for the purpose of restoring our indigenous knowledge of our people and their land, and how they stewarded and took care of the lands and the oceans and the coastlines. We have made great strides in that way. Our tribe does not own 1 inch of land within our territory. We are a very poor tribe. Many of our members live at or below poverty. And yet, the way we have learned to have access to our lands is to enter into MOUs and agreements with landowners such as National Park Service, the Bureau of Land Management, California Parks and Rec, and then the city and county parks and recreation divisions, and as well as the land trust and open space districts. Today, we have access to over 140,000 over 140,000 acres within our territory. And we are relearning how to restore the grasslands and to restore our foods. All 3 periods of colonization try to eliminate our foods. There's 8 different kinds of California Indian potatoes. There's California Indian celery and carrots and onions, etc. But no one knows about these. But yet those are the essential foods of our people, and we will bring them back. We ask people to learn to heal with us. At our wellness meetings, we've also learned, one of the important lessons that we learn is that perpetrators must heal. And so we asked a lot of the institutions that were perpetrators to our destruction to work with us, to help us restore our traditional ways, to restore our customs, and to get the history books and the stories told accurately about our people. I know that many people today say, well, I didn't do that. It's not my fault. We don't disagree with that. And we say it is not your fault. But please realize that you do benefit greatly from that brutal history. And therefore we ask you to work with us, to help us restore our traditions, our customs, our ways, and to help bring our people home to our lands. Very few of our members live on our territories. We can't afford to live here, and the job skills that are required to live here, our people do not have. We still intend to bring them back. We intend to bring back our traditional ways of using fire as a land management tool, to restore the native plants that are so essential for surviving and dealing with climate change. Our plants develop very root systems. In some cases, our plants will go, the root systems will go 20 feet deep. That makes them very resistant to flooding, to drought, and to fire. And our plants are very resistant to disease. Today around the world, many people, many crops use the rootstock from the native plants. We hope that you will help us, join us for healing, and that you will join us in helping us restore and return to our lands. I'm very thankful for the honor that's being bestowed upon me by the Committee for Green Foothills, and I'm very honored for all the people that have supported us. And I'm honored to be with the panel today with these amazing people. Thank you very much. And we'll pass it on now.
Thank you, Chairman Lopez, for those profound words of wisdom, for deeper healing, for restoration of land and spirit. And those words are truly resonating in my being. Hello, I am Smita Garg. I'm founder of Kinder Way Healing, and a charter member of Creatives for Compassionate Communities. I am a healer, an artist, educator, and arts commissioner for the city of San Jose. I would like to thank Green Foothills for inviting Creatives for Compassionate Communities to be a part of this event. So when we think of healing, many of us feel unequipped or helpless. In modern societies, we have not really learned to connect to the universe, to Mother Earth, and other beings in a deep way. And many rituals and ceremonies that our ancestors knew, including the knowledge of connecting with source energy in all beings, is lost to us. Yet, the energetic connection between all beings in this universe persists. It is enduring. So, are there ways for us to reconnect with all there is? Is it possible for us to send healing to the world around us that is broken and hurting? And sitting right here, is it possible to heal in our own homes? Now, going by where intention goes, energy flows, we can set our intention to heal, and we can send energy to that healing process, being wherever we are. So today we will learn to do that by creating a ritual for ourselves through the beautiful artistic medium of bright words mandala. Here is one I created using Chairman Lopez's words. While painting this mandala and adding his powerful words to it, which we were actually given ahead of time, I unleashed the energy of intention into the universe while engaged in the process. And I lost a sense of time. I felt one with Mother Earth and the universe. And each time I look at this mandala, I am reminded of my intention. And I sent that intention out again through my thoughts into the universe. So I would like to now invite the founder of Taiko Peace and co-founder of San Jose Taiko, and also Creatives of Compassionate Communities, PJ Hirabayashi, and also Per Urashima, who is also a charter member of the Creatives for Compassionate Communities. And Per would be assisting PJ, and PJ will present to us, she will be guiding us through the steps of creating a bright words mandala. So I invite PJ and Per now to join us and guide us through the process.
Hello, everybody. I'm PJ Hirabayashi, and I'm very excited to be here to present Radiating Energy with Bright Word Mandalas. I will be taking you on a little bit of background of like how this mandala practice can create healing and really open ourselves up to infinite energy. I am a drummer. I learned very quickly that mandalas and drumming are really interconnected. It's the circles, it's the ripples, the spirals. It's vibrating and moving energy. drumming follows our heartbeat and echoes the pulse of the earth. From drums, we learn about deep movement and connection. Listen to rhythms inside and out. May you always know what moves you. The name mandala comes from that Sanskrit word for circle. Mandala is a spiritual and a ritual symbol in Hinduism and Buddhism, representing the universe. The circular designs symbolize the idea that life is never ending and everything is connected. The act of creating a mandala represents the transformation of ordinary minds into enlightened and to assist with healing and to center the body and the mind. Within the last few years, we have seen mandala coloring books come onto the market for relaxation and meditation, as in this Coloring for Calm book, which happened to be my first mandala coloring book. And here are just a few examples of those mandalas. I share this with you because it was the first step to really becoming aware of the power of mandalas. I had to actually allow my brain to just shut up and just do it. And there was something that unfolded with each coloring of the page. So, how did I get into mandalas? After transitioning out of the directorship of San Jose Taiko in 2011, I wanted my work to focus on Taiko peace. I decided to take a Peace Ambassador training program, which provided me with skills and resources to merge peace building with my Taiko Japanese drumming path. Taiko peace, Taiko, the Japanese drum, peace, partnerships, empathy, and creative empowerment. In 2014, I received a fellowship to go to Japan for 3 months. And one of the places I visited was the Mount Fuji Peace Sanctuary, a place I learned about from my peace training program. The grassroots organization at the sanctuary is called Byakko Shinkokai. It was founded to further the vision for world peace through prayer, introduced in the 1950s by Japanese philosopher and spiritual healer and leader Masahisa Goi. Byakko Shinkokai is dedicated to world peace and to the elevation of humanity's consciousness through easily accessible spiritual principles, starting with the universal message and prayer: may peace prevail on earth. You may have seen this message on peace poles, planted in many places and in many different languages. I was invited to the Mount Fuji Peace Sanctuary. Here, I am standing in front of a 15-foot in diameter mandala with all the countries of the world written in a spiraling circle. The names of the countries appear with the word peace written in their language. There was such a powerful radiating energy entering my body, just standing in front of this huge mandala infused with intention. Where intention goes, energy flows. I could understand why this giant mandala was taken to the United Nations. I became interested in learning how to make the Byakushin Kokai's bright word mandala practice. And here are a couple of my first mandalas. I started with black ink on white paper, and I felt it needed some color and some kinetic energy for the mandala prayer to ripple off the paper and into the world. When we write a mandala, we become a vessel for the universal energy, allowing it to manifest its infinite wisdom, power, and expansiveness in this earthly world. So, what is a bright word? Bright words illuminate our hearts, envelop us in warmth, comfort our fears, our anxieties, and awaken trust in us. They give us courage and power when we face difficulty or despair. When we create a mandala using bright, positive words, we are imbuing ourselves with the qualities that we want most. We are calling those qualities forth from our universal source, instilling them in our consciousness, in our bodies, and in the environment. If we place the word infinite in front of any bright words, we can deeply feel a word's energy and unlimited power. If you want to be deeply moving, loving person, you can write a mandala using a phrase like infinite love. If you want to live more energetically, you can write a mandala with words like infinite energy. And whatever divine qualities you long for, you can summon them from the boundless universe and project them into your mind and into your way of life by writing a bright words mandala. Mandalas of gratitude to nature also send this kind of healing, light, and energy, not only to the earth, but to everything in nature and everything around us. Here are examples of bright words: infinite energy, infinite green, infinite spirit, infinite hope. And here are other sources of inspiration: a poem, a song, a loved one, a prayer, family name, of course, nature. A mandala is your own individual creation, and every mandala is unique. For today, here is Chairman Lopez's inspiration of bright words to create a field of intention and energy. We have a responsibility to honor our ancestors and to fulfill our obligation to Creator. This is the start of my mandala from Chairman Lopez's bright words, just using black ink on white paper, repeating, we have a responsibility to honor our ancestors and to fulfill our obligation to Creator, written over and over. Now, we are ready to make a bright word mandala. And what you'll need is a blank piece of paper, pencil or pen, color pencils or markers. Just use your imagination. You can draw freehand or you can use the template. Using a template, here's how to create the mandala. If you use this template, it will have concentric circles with a perpendicular line pointing upwards from the center of the circle. Use the center circle and the perpendicular line as your starting point to write the letter of your first word. You can use capital letters, lowercase letters, a combination, it's your choice. You can go clockwise, writing your bright words without any space between the words. You can jump to the next outer concentric circle at the perpendicular line to continue writing your letters. You may begin from the center by using Chairman Lopez's phrase, "We have a responsibility." And you can create that space in between and move outward in the concentric circles. You can also use a blank piece of paper using the word, for example, infinite, or we have a responsibility. Write the first letter. If you take the word infinite with an I in the middle of the paper, rotate your paper to the left and write an N. Rotate the paper to the left again and write an F. Rotate your paper to the left and write an I. Continue writing infinite, or we have a responsibility. And start onto the second row around the first one. Keep turning your paper counterclockwise as you write around the circle. And jump to the outer circle to continue writing your word. Here, you see the sequence of writing your letters. As you continue writing, you feel a sense of a spiral forming as you write and move from the inner circle to the outer circle. This is an example of a completed bright word mandala, which I showed previously, radiating purpose and intention. And even if you can't read the words, you can feel it. And to put color with these bright words and your free artistic expression, this too also radiates another dimension of energy. Words have energy, and let them flow through you. This image is called The Ocean of Chi by Julia Mandala Weaver. It is like one of my favorite and most inspirational images where I can feel myself as an empty vessel in connection with infinite energy from the cosmos, nature, and energy around us. As I write my bright word mandalas, I can feel this energy. I invite you to use this image or any other one that inspires you to tap into this infinite source of energy. So please go ahead and just start your practice with your template or blank piece of paper and start spiraling around with Chairman Lopez's words. Mandalas reflect our heart messages. So as you write, I'll be talking on top of you to guide you. Just relax and breathe. If you feel any tension in your arms, in your shoulders, allow the message to come from your heart and to melt the tension. Drawing mandalas is like journaling for me. It's a spontaneous expression of what I'm feeling and processing in the world, within me, and outside of me. Today, we are experiencing what happens when we release any tension or any outside thoughts. Focusing our intention and connection from the heart to the bright words, just let your imagination go. Let your bright words take you on a journey. Our time here is not one to complete a total mandala, but it is to introduce you to a mandala practice. It is to get you started, and hopefully the words of Chairman Lopez's words can be a contribution to Green Foothills Nature's Inspiration event. I'll let you take a few more minutes to continue writing. I invite you, if you feel that this exercise, this practice resonates with you, to see that it also unleashes a source of energy from inside of you to come out in a creative way. Let me just check in with you. How are you doing? I'd just like to give you another couple minutes before we stop. And like I said, we may not completely finish a mandala. Again, this is just an introduction of how this can become a practice for you, if you so choose. Okay. Wherever you are, let's just stop, and you can continue on your own time. Did Chairman Lopez's bright words come through you in making your mandala? In celebration of our ancestors, our life, our planet, we will enter the event for nature's inspiration with intention, energy, healing, and celebration. Your mandalas will contribute greatly to the power for this wonderful event. May your mandalas emanate energy towards protecting our open spaces and preserves, and honoring all that has come before us to be living here today. Thank you.
Thank you, PJ. Hi, everyone. My name is Karen, and I'm the director of the Red Ladder Theater Company. And we are a social justice organization that works with members of our community to connect them with their creativity. I'm an artist, an activist, and a charter member of Creatives for Compassionate Communities. We believe that creativity is at the core of who we are as human beings. Fish swim, birds fly, human beings create. We make things up. We use our imagination. And when we do that, it's through our creativity that we're to connect deeply with ourselves and with the world around us. When we can use that creativity in the service of our compassion, then transformation is possible. In this activity that you just engaged in, PJ talked about ripples and the ripples that move out from our creative intentions. The act of creation allows us to tell our intention and put it into action. So hopefully you've been moved and inspired by this creative process. Don't underestimate the importance of your creativity to the greater universe. We're all connected. And it's that connection and our ability to express that connection through our creativity that allows that energy and those ripples to move forward. We certainly know that the reason that you're here is because you care deeply about Mother Earth. That's why you're connected to Green Foothills as an organization. And so know that any time that you take your intention toward our ancestors and Mother Earth, as Chairman Lopez called upon us to do, and you connect that with your creativity, those ripples will connect with more and more and more people who have those same intentions, and together we form a multitude. Thank you for joining us today to create your bright words mandalas. That energy will be felt, I know, by everyone in Green Foothills. And with that, Megan, would you like to close us out?
Unmute. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you to everybody for joining us for this creative mindfulness art activity, the Bright Words Mandala. It might take a while for you to finish, like PJ said, and that is totally okay. We hope that you enjoy and benefit from the process. Thanks again for the Amah Mutsun Chairman Lopez for joining us, and to Smita, Karen, PJ, and Pear, and everyone with Creatives for Compassionate Communities for the mindfulness and the compassion you are spreading and making so accessible. If you or a family member created a piece that you'd like to share, we would love to see it. I'll show off the piece that I got to make a little bit before the event, and I am not an artistic person, so it definitely, I'm just so pleased to have had the opportunity to create it, and thank you again, PJ, for guiding us in it. I'm just going to sit with that. So if you or a member of your family would like to share one of your pieces, please email it to info@greenfoothills.org. We'd love to share it with our community or just see it for ourselves. If you do send it to us, just let us know if you prefer, if we share it or not, and we're happy to keep it anonymous. So I'd like to end with a slide of a photo of Juristac. This is the most sacred site for the Amah Mutsun tribe and a critical wildlife corridor in southern Santa Clara County that the Amah Mutsun and Green Foothills, along with many thousands of people and groups, are fighting to protect together to defeat a sand and gravel mine proposal. Together with you and our intentions and all of our hard work, we're going to permanently protect this landscape and to return the Amah Mutsun to their ancestral territory. At the top of it, you have my cat, the statement that the intention that Chairman Lopez offered up to us. So with that, thank you, and we'll see you at Nature's Inspiration.